Hello and welcome back to Planet Towers. I've actually done an episode a week later this time. I've had loads of motivation and I've just wanted to keep making HEX. Today it is episode 26 and it's a really long episode. I'm dreading this voiceover. I've got to speak for 18 minutes. Oh god. By the time I'm done with this voiceover it's going to be 20 to 5. Oh no, my day's gone. Anyways, today we're building loads, the interior of HEX basically. And then next episode will be the ride system, which I'm already working on that video. I've already started it. So I'll explain that in this episode as well, because I'm going to have to find lots of things to talk about. But yeah, next episode will be the ride system. Today's all the pre-shows, and at the end will be a full run through of all the pre-shows. We're not doing any programming in this episode, like with the lights and stuff. I did that all off camera, but you'll see it at the end of the episode. You just won't see me actually doing it, because it took a while, and I think you guys would find it really boring. So anyways, yeah, episode 26. Today we have to build the first room, which is the indoor queue bit with the TV screens. Oh, Snapchat wants me. Yeah, let's ignore that. TV screens, and then also basically the most decoration and theming. I'd argue maybe the third room, but this was one of the most decorative rooms that I had to build, so we've got to build that. After that we've then got to build the second room, which is pretty empty. All the detail is at the front of the room where you face with the doors and stuff, and also the painting on the wall. We've got to get the audio for that, which I've already done. And then after that is the room with the actual screen. That's basically the same, so I was able to copy that over. And then we just have to find the video, which I've done obviously, and program it with the lights, which I've also done. I don't know why I'm saying like I'm having to do it. I've already done it. Everything I said I've already done because I'm recording it, obviously. So yeah, after that we have to build the octagon room, which is probably the most, or the second most detailed part, apart from the ride system. It's got loads of theming and loads of programming to do. And yeah, that one's got TV screens in it. I'll talk more about it when we get to it, but that one's got screens in it, but I never really see them working, and there's no clips online that I can find of the screens, the videos it plays in that room. So I've just got the audio. If anyone has a clip of the video anywhere, please tell me in the comments where it is, or send it on my Discord, link in the description, because I was really struggling to find that. Anyways, yeah, so stick around to the end of the video and you'll get a full run through of the pre-shows basically. This is going to be a really long video. Oh well, I'll try and make it as entertaining as possible. Today I'm going to actually speak about what's going on screen instead of what I normally do, and going off talking about random things. So yeah, let's do that for now. Right now we're building that indoor queue room. You'll see it's currently dark. I'm just doing all the lighting and stuff and see what it'll look like. Let's talk about the annoying thing with Planet Coaster. Planet Coaster 2 promised that it'd be darker inside of buildings, even when it's daytime. It's not true. It just doesn't work. But also I've figured something out, and that's apparently you're supposed to have this like ray tracing thing on, and my graphics card doesn't support it. So maybe that's why. So once this is uploaded to the workshop, if you have a good enough graphics card, it'll probably play a lot better. So for the end, well, the actual POV video, I'll just edit it to be a lot darker, because that's easy, and it should still look good. But for me, I wish it was darker, but oh well. There's nothing I can do about it, apart from getting a new computer, which I kind of want to do. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, this room, we've got lots of lighting to do, but luckily none to program. It's just lighting that sits there, does nothing, it's just turned on. So yeah, not too difficult. So in this room, I've done this with all the rooms, tried to find as many pictures and videos as I can to get it the most accurate. Obviously it's not going to be 100% accurate, but one thing that's really helped is all the YouTubers that have been to the HEX behind the scenes tour. Their videos have really helped. I'm so glad they did that tour. Perfect timing. Without that, this would have been really difficult. So yeah, in this room we have obviously the main queue line, which is, well, quite easy, it's just fences. And then we have a bunch of detail, like there's random tables and chairs that are like wrapped up in cloth and curtains and stuff. I tried my best with them, because for some reason Planet Coaster 2 just doesn't have any tables. or chairs. It's all like park benches. So yeah, I don't know why that is, but considering as well they have a restaurant like feature as well. That really surprises me, and that's also just reminding me we've got to build a bunch of restaurants and stuff, so it'd be cool to see them working. So yeah, that'd be cool, great. So yeah, in this room we've talked about the queue line and the weird tables. There's also some statues, and of course there's the TV screens. We've not got any old TV screens in this game, so I just put the normal flat screen ones, but you won't see behind them anyway because they're covered up in curtains. And then we've got these like statues on the wall, random swords and armor, and then we have these windows which you can't see through, but they look cool, so gotta do that. You'll see right here I'm adding all the signs and the detail and stuff, and them doors will be changed. I don't know if I put it on camera or not, but I've actually made all the doors in this working, and so that they're timed with the whole sequence. We've got one big sequencer at the start of the ride which times everything right so you can move to the next room. The only annoying thing is the fact that you can't customize the animated moving things too much. It's really annoying. So these doors open and then close straight away, so you gotta be fast or you'll get slammed in the face with a wooden door. Anyways, yeah, so we got all the doors working and it's all sequenced. All that's left to do now obviously is the ride. So yeah, we've got all the videos. Thank you so much to Coaster Story for finding all the videos and the audio and stuff. They've really helped. I'm going to try and get them to help with the vault and the theming because they did say they wanted to. So hopefully they can, but I'm already onto that. I'm just loving building it. So, you know, we might miss out. I'm sure he's watching this. So yeah, there's also a bunch of like abandoned like stuff. Ladders. And there's rubble on the floor, I believe, as well, which I've added in the octagon room. I can't remember if I did it in this room. There you can see me building the random chairs and tables. Don't know why they're there, but I assume it's probably, well, obviously it is to do with the theme. Maybe it was some like sort of banqueting hall, even though that's in some other part of the towers, I'm pretty sure. Well, no, yeah, it is. And yeah, there's also a bunch of crates, and obviously chains to fix with the story. Should we talk about the story? Yeah, let's talk about the story of HEX. I'm probably going to say it all wrong, but basically, this is what it tells you in that video in the second room. There was this, the Earl of, is it Shrewsbury, I think? They got, like, pulled over by this old woman who needed, like, some money or something to eat, I don't know. She needed something off them, and he, like, rudely said no, and then got the carriage to keep, like, moving. This woman then put like a curse on the Earl of Shrewsbury, and so that this one tree, every time there's a storm, every time a branch falls off it, one of their family members would die. And then obviously later on there was a storm or something, one of the branches fell off, someone mysteriously died. So then he got like dead obsessed with this tree. Yeah, weird obsession. It started chaining up, well, ordered his servants to chain up all the branches. So that's why there's a tree with a bunch of chains on, and that's the whole story of HEX. I'm sure there's a lot more, but that's basically it. And I'm pretty sure it's a true story as well. There is actually a tree with the chains on. That part's real, so it must be a true story. They've probably adapted it a tiny bit, but you can actually go visit it. It's not far from Alton Towers. I can't believe we're only halfway through this voiceover. Anyways, yeah. Let's talk about what's going on here. So this is the first pre-show room. I don't even know if this scaffolding bit is there in the first room. I thought it was because I saw a picture with no screen on, but it might have just been that room with the screen in without the screen there. So I might have built it for no reason, but oh well, it looks cool. This one is the room with the actual painting on the room, on the wall that you stood in for about 40 seconds. Where there's a bit of audio and then it tells you to move into the next room, which is the main room with all the screens and the lighting effects. So yeah, might have built this for no reason, but oh well, it looks cool, and it's in the second room, so I was able to just copy it over. Right now we're building the doors, which was a complete waste of time because I made them automatic, not automatic, but times moving ones. There you go, moving doors. And then yeah, there's just a bunch of detail to put on the roof. That's about it. We've got a fire exit to build, which is cool. Nice little details. But yeah, that room is literally nothing. Just some chandeliers hanging from the ceiling and all the supports for the roof and stuff. And then this fire exit, the painting, and the scaffolding at the front, which might not even be there. So basically, yeah, probably the definitely the easiest room to build. Maybe the passage that takes you onto the actual ride was easier, but yeah, I'd say this is the easiest room. There's literally nothing in it, so it didn't take too long, and it still looks good because you're in the towers. Why wouldn't that be good? And then I think I'm adding some. What am I adding? Oh yeah, there's these random like chains up on the walls with like curtains hanging from them, so I assume it's like other paintings, but they're covered up because obviously you don't need to see them. And here we're building the actual painting, which is a screen with a bunch of like wood patterns around it. You can't tell it's a screen. I added the actual image as well, so yeah, you generally can't tell. It looks exactly like a painting. There's no paintings in Planet Coaster 2. That would have looked better, but it wouldn't have been the right painting. How many times have I said painting? Anyways, yeah, here you can see me copying all that scaffolding, because we're now moving on to the second room, which is a lot more difficult. I say that, it's just a bit more detail, it's just the actual timing and sequencing of the video that's difficult. If I could have just put the screen playing the video there, easy as anything, but if you've been on the ride in real life, you'll know that it has like white lightning effects with the lighting in the room, to make it feel like you're in that video. I don't know, it's there. And then yeah, there's just changing up this scaffolding a bit because it needs changing like a lot, so it doesn't look like it's copied. So yeah, I'm running out of things to talk about. Oh yeah, I'm building a fake projector here because obviously we don't need it, but it's there in real life and it's a recreation. That's the whole point. So yeah, what do I say about a projector? Projectors look nice and they hang from the ceiling, there you go. And then there's some random lights, they don't do anything, it's the lights at the back that I've made flicker and stuff. I hope none of this breaks, and the thing I also hope is that you can copy sequences into blueprints. If you can't do that, I'm actually going to I can't say anything on YouTube. Yeah, I'll be mad, there you go. So yeah, hopefully it works. If not, you lot are just gonna have to sit there watching. And yeah, there's not really any point now, but I have put a preview up of the actual sequence on, well, half of it, on Instagram, on the Planet Towers Instagram. So go follow that. I'll put a link in the description as well. It's a new Instagram where you get early sneak peeks of all the stuff I'm building before the episode comes out. So make sure you go follow that, because you know, you don't want to miss out. And yeah, we're nearly at the end of the voiceover. Well, I say that 5 minutes, but you know, we're now onto the octagon room, which is basically this really detailed room in the shape of an octagon. No way. And then it's got a bunch of scaffolding in it, and it's also got that really cool light generator with the spark effects that I can't really do because Planet Coaster sparks are really bad, but I made it work. It looks good, and it's got a cool sequence lighting and stuff. This weird like covered up statue that starts chanting some weird thing, and then yeah, just a bunch of rubble. These random like, what do I call them? Archways with stairs going up to them that do absolutely nothing. Yeah. And then I think, I don't know why it's there, but there's this like kind of queue line set up around this room, and I feel like maybe there was a queue line in there before that. I don't know why else it'd be there, but obviously now you just go in it and you're in the room for about 3 minutes and then you're gone. But yeah, there's like a cattle pen bit, half a cattle pen, I don't know why it's there, but it's there. These are kind of like the old industrial lights that I'm building as well. I should probably go back and remake them. I don't know if I like them. I built them really basic. I just couldn't be bothered with them. I don't know why. Yeah. There isn't really a hollow semisphere. Is that a word? A lampshade. Yeah, there isn't really one of them in the game. So, I did my best, but I might go back and remake them. And then, yeah, this room kind of felt bit empty, but all you've got to do to fix that, which is what they've done in real life, is put a bunch of curtains and cloths everywhere. And yeah, also I built custom fences for this room so it looks a lot more accurate and stuff. But yeah, we've got 3 minutes left, so before next episode, let's talk about how I think I'm going to do the ride system for the actual ride. So I've been testing with the moving parts, but I thought you could like program them to do different things in the actual in the sequencer, but you can't. It's just set to one thing, whatever the moving part does. So obviously it'd be really bad if it's just constantly spinning the same way. It just wouldn't work. So if anyone has any ideas, let me know in the comments. Digital Dan did a Dance Macabre thing, an Intamin like spinning platform ride. You'll know if you've watched the episode. I don't know how he did that, but I need some advice off him, even though it's a completely different ride system. So what I think I'm going to do is get multiple different moving animated parts and stack them on top of each other, give each of them different like functions, and then they'll be able to spin different ways back and forwards, and I'll have to program them, and it's going to take absolutely forever. The easiest bit really actually is building the gondola you sit in, because obviously that just makes you feel the forces of leaning forwards and back. But in Planet Coaster 2, it's a game, obviously you're not going to feel the forces, so that doesn't need to move at all. It's just one spinning thing around you, so it's easier than real life, less complex. But recreating this has just made me realise how much of a technical ride it is, even more than I already did realise. So it's really difficult. But yeah, the easiest part on top of that as well is the room that's spinning only needs to be on one animated piece, and then I just attach all the scenery to that. So that's not too difficult. I hope I'm really not simplifying this. I hope it actually is that easy. But yeah, I've already built the gondola you sit in, so that's a bit of next episode done already. That will probably be out next Sunday as well. I'm really enjoying making this, and I've had loads of spare time lately before Scarefest starts. And yeah, I might as well talk about that. If you like my vlogs, there's too much happening. In 2 weeks, first visit to Scarefest, and then about 2 weeks after that will be another Scarefest visit. I don't know if I'll vlog it, but yeah, I might. And then after a week after that, fireworks, and it's the end of the season already. Why? Just why? That's the worst time of year. We're nearly at a year of building Planet Towers as well. Oh god, I was not thinking this would take over a year. I was aiming to get this done by the start of the 2025 season. Look how that went. 7 months later, we're not even 3/4 of the way there. Maybe we are, I don't know. Maybe once HEX is done. We've got to build Forbidden Valley, we've got to build World of David Walliams, we've got to build Katanga Canyon, we've got to build Curse at Alton Manor, oh no. And then we've got to build all the pathway links and stuff, and we've got to finish the towers. So yeah, we're definitely not 3/4. We're definitely halfway there. And yeah, I'll start to release a bunch more POV videos, and once this ride system is done, expect a full POV of the ride with all the pre-shows and stuff. So yeah, I need to get XX POVs out because I don't think I've done that, and I need to get Dark Forest POVs out because I've definitely not done that. Oh yeah, here we are building that generator, by the way. But yeah, we're at the end now, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll leave you with a full POV of all the pre-shows and then some cool cinematics maybe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next episode. Like and sub.
Welcome to the magnificent ancestral home of the Earls of Shrewsbury. Of all the Earls, it is the wealthy and powerful 15th Earl, Charles Talbot, who has perhaps the strangest tale to tell. Indeed, it was our investigations of his story that led us to a remarkable chain of discoveries, changing a routine restoration project into something much more strange and compelling. The unearthing and unraveling of a quite remarkable local legend. Please, would you now move through to witness the story of HEX, the legend. It was on a cold autumn night in 1821, when the thunder of hooves signaled the return of the wealthy 15th Earl of Shrewsbury back to his home Alton Towers. As the journey neared its end, a mysterious figure suddenly appeared in the road. The Earl impatiently demanded of the driver why the carriage had stopped. With palm outstretched, an old woman pleaded with the Earl for the charity of a coin. The Earl cruelly dismissed her and instructed his driver to head back to the towers. Scorned, the old woman screamed a curse. For every branch of the old oak tree that fell, a member of the Earl's family would die. Very same night, a ferocious storm raged, and with one mighty bolt of lightning severed a single branch from the old oak tree. And true to the old woman's prophecy, a member of the Earl's family suddenly and mysteriously died. Shaken by this tragedy, the arrogant Earl ordered his servants that every remaining branch of the oak tree be chained up in an attempt to prevent further misfortune. But the story didn't end there. Legend has it that the Earl became so obsessed with the fallen branch that he dragged it from the woods to the towers and sealed it in a secret vault. There he became locked into a furious battle of science versus the supernatural, conducting bizarre experiments in a desperate attempt to finally banish the evil power of the curse forever.
For nearly 200 years, the entrance or even existence of the Earl's Vault has remained a complete mystery, until recent restorations revealed a mysterious passageway hidden behind an ancient bookcase. It was this passageway which unearthed a secret stranger than anyone could have imagined. The sealed vault, and within, the legendary fallen branch itself. A vault sealed for 2 centuries.